Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, in Radio Land. This is the second or another edition of Platform for Education on Liberian Radio and Television Network. Last week, we discussed latent tuberculosis. We discussed some other diseases. So, we will today be discussing what we call pyloric stenosis. Pyloric stenosis, we have to come on this side. That's why we're saying that many Liberians come to the United States for education. Because what we come here to learn, it help other people back home. When we return home to give what we learn, it help the people back home to know. And they benefit from our education. If we did not learn pyloric stenosis like I'm about to tell you what it is and what it does and who are the people that are affected, you will not know today. So we like you to please share this video and then so that you will have many people who will want to listen to us. So let us all share the video. Let's share. I'm sharing it now so that we all will understand and see and know the importance of this. Okay? So, like we said, pyloric stenosis is our topic today. Our topic today is pyloric stenosis. That is, if you will be looking sometime on the screen, I will show you that is the stomach where the stomach connect to the small intestine. That is when you eat, we put the food in our mouth first. We chew the food. When we chew that food, we mix it with the saliva. We swallow it. It go down to the stomach. Then the stomach will beat that food down and break it to little pieces. Then it will send those pieces right down into the small intestine. But now, the small intestine and the stomach has a connection. You see? And that's the place they call pyloric. And if that little place is so narrow that the food cannot pass, that's what we call stenosis. It's narrow. It's narrow. It cannot pass through there. So pyloric stenosis happen in young baby. Those babies are born newly from the day they were born to 6 months old. If a child is born like today to 6 months old, like 2 months from now, you're breastfeeding the child or you're giving formula to the child. All of a sudden, the child eat and vomit. He eat and vomit and eat and vomit. You know, it happened to all back home. Sometimes they will say, "Oh, why the child eating and vomit?" Maybe that if we don't know anything, we always put it to the witchcraft. We will always say that's a witchcraft. Maybe that something happened. This person they don't want my child to live. And whenever the child is eating and vomiting, you know what they are losing? They are losing electrolyte. They become dehydrated. When they become dehydrated, they develop hemoconcentration, which is their red blood cell become like they got too much blood because the blood had drained fluid. It drained all the electrolytes. So the blood cell go together. So when they go to check that baby blood, they will say the child got more blood. It's not because the child got more blood or the child does not have blood. That's not the problem right there. The problem is the narrowing of the pyloric vein and the stomach. The connection between there is what is narrow and cannot allow the food from the stomach to go down to the intestine so that the intestine can do further beating down or further digesting the food so that the child can get the benefit of the food that he or she ate. you know. So that will not happen. The child will continue to vomit. The child continue to vomit. the child continue to vomit. You breastfeed the child will vomit. You breastfeed the child will vomit. You see, if you don't know it, you take the child to the hospital. If they don't know it, that child will continue vomiting and losing electrolyte, losing water until the child becomes dehydrated, and all of a sudden the child go into a heart attack. The child die. You see, but in the developed world, modern world like we are on this side, we get to know that from the time the child was born to 6 month old, you get a child and the child they tell you say you bring the child to the hospital in peace care. Then they say, look, their child been vomiting. By the time you tell us that the child been vomiting, when I gave the food to the child vomit. So we'll ask you how does a child vomit, or a dream from the mouth, or how does a child vomit? You will say no, the child doesn't vomit either. The child can vomit and throw the vomit all the way. You know, when the child vomit and throw it all the way like pump, we call that projectile vomiting. And pyloric stenosis is recognized by projectile vomiting. That's what we call pyloric stenosis. Projectile vomiting is once you say that, the next thing we want to do is to take the child and do an ultrasound. You know, we'll do an ultrasound. When we do an ultrasound, we will do ultrasound and then look at the stomach and look at that particular area, and we know that okay, the child has a pyloric stenosis. So what we got to do? The child will need surgery. Okay, but sometimes, like I say, we are in a modern developed world. We don't, we will not go put that child, you know, on the table and cut the stomach and other things like that. But before then, we could do that. We could do that in order to come to the stomach and then uh, 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 cut where is the narrowing is, and so that we can widen it. But we don't do that in the developed world. What we do, we go there with a little uh, uh, wire light we call laser. So, and we put the child on the ultrasound. We're looking at the ultrasound at the same time. We carry the wire in there. So we go in there a little bit and then we pinch it up and then incise it, cut that stenosis and widen it. You cut it and widen it. When you do it that way now, you know, it means that you open the narrowing area and it become a little bit bigger. But once you cut it, don't worry, it will heal by itself. It will normally heal by itself. That one thing when you do cutting and then surgery on a young baby, you don't think about plastic surgery like somebody who is old, and when you cut them, the scar will be left over. No, no, no. Children do not, usually just form a scar like the bigger people will do. So when you cut that area, no problem, don't worry about that. As long as the place is open now and the food can pass, the child will be all right. That child will be all right. But this happened to us most of the time in the developed world, especially in our own country, Liberia. You know, when the child come and the mom come to you from maybe Nima, like you are in Banga or you are in Basa, come to the clinic to you and say, "Oh, my child, I gave the food and then just vomiting, just vomiting." When he vomit, the food he will vomit all the way over there, and he been vomiting like that since last week, and he just vomiting, you know. Now, if you had not heard anything about this, you had not experienced it, how you're going to diagnose this thing. Sometimes that's why we say education. When we come to educate ourselves, we will only know that we have learned something good if we go back and help our people and they will benefit from our education. This is what we mean. It doesn't mean that we need to go back home and charge them a whole lot of money or come and pay all $1,000 to do that. No, 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 no. We can go home. What we learn here, we know we pay a lot of money to learn it. But when we go back there, the money we want to get from the people is good need. If he had not been this person to be here, my child would have died. Okay, that's it. I don't need that much money from you. Just the fact that I was able to help you, because I know nobody over there, if I'm not there, that child will die. So I was able to determine that your child developed pyloric stenosis. I was able to determine that this is the only way to help the child. And after 1 week, your child is eating and the food stay in your child. He will not vomit no more. You see? This is what we call education. That is education. But if you come and go to school, you learn all the things and you don't get it back. It is not education. Education is to go back and let somebody benefit. Because if you yourself you can learn all the things, but if nobody benefit, who benefit? You the same person learn, you the same person know, but who will you use that to, or who will you give that to? So the result, you have done nothing. So except you go back home to where the people need you and you educate them. You tell them, say, this is what happened. The reason they child this and that, they happen this way, you educate them. When you do it that way, if that mother get to know, when the mother leave and go to another person and see that some child doing the same thing, he will say, oh, this thing happened to my child before. And you know what? I went to so person and it was corrected. You see, you educate that mother. The mother will educate somebody and the other person will educate somebody. At least that whole village is educated about pyloric stenosis. You see, we have not taken a penny from that woman, but what we get back to that woman is more than the penny that she would have given us. You see, so we don't want to educate ourselves and then go back and charge your people a whole lot of money. You pay all this and pay all this. What it needs, there are a lot of things that we can educate you on this platform, but we could be doing it back home to JFK, and we help a lot of people. We can tell you this is typhoid fever. We can tell you this is malaria. But as it stands right now, you go to JFK, they won't tell you whether this is typhoid, this is malaria. They will just put all together and tell you say this typhoid, this and this malaria. So how do you know which one they are giving you medicine for? You see? So these are the things we call education. We come on this platform Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and take a particular topic and discuss it and show to you what we're talking about. So what I'm going to be showing you the stomach where we're talking about, the thing we're talking about, where the stenosis, where the narrowing occur. All right. So bear with me. Let me bring that. Let me bring it up so that you will see. If you can see that, if you can see over there, if you can see those things on the screen there, where you see all the little arrow going on, all the little arrow going on. You see those arrow going on over there, those small arrow, those line. That is the narrowing we're talking about. You see that the stomach there. You see the big stomach we're talking there. But at the very end, you see, at the very end, those are all in school. You will hear duodenum, you will hear this and that and all that kind of thing. That now I'm now interested. I want you to know where the arrow is down. You see that stomach coming down right to that little arrow where you see like a diamond. That's the place what we're talking about. Look on the other side of the screen again. You will see another place there. You see the other place where you see those small lines passing. That's what we're talking about. That's the place we call pyloric stenosis. When it's stenosis over there, the food doesn't pass. That's the place where I want you to look at. I want you to look at that place. That's the stomach right there. This is the place we're discussing today. When that happened to a child born from day one until 6 months old, it happened back home. It can be very hard for this child to live because they will be vomiting, and everything that they are vomiting is being they are vomiting is not staying in them, so they are not getting any nutrient from the food that they're eating. They are losing the nutrient, they are losing the water, and they lose water and nutrient. That is the bad thing. They become dehydrated. If they become dehydrated, you know what that means when somebody become dehydrated. They become dehydrated, they are no strength, they are nothing else. they drain the blood cell. Blood will not be even easily to move into their body. If no blood to their body, the brain go dead. The heart get into an attack. The child that just die easily like that. That's what we're talking about. Look on our screen and see over there. Pyloric stenosis. That's what we're talking about. If many of you will be looking at that, this is what we'll be talking about. This is what we have been talking about. We want you to understand what we call pyloric stenosis. See? So in that way, it is much better so that you know when we say pyloric stenosis, what we're talking about. At least you got a clear understanding what we are talking about. This is what we're discussing today. It happens in young children. Big person can get it too. If they get it, it is very rare. But when big person get it, they will come with chest pain. They will come with, they'll be vomiting. They will feel nausea and other things like that. But once in the blue moon, you will not see big person with this kind of case, this kind of condition. It most of the time occur in young children born from birth until 6 months. That's the place you find this abnormality in children. All right. This is abnormality because you born the child and the child grew up normally. All of a sudden, that particular part of the stomach it become narrow. That's a structuring malformation. Structure. So that's what happened. You can't say, oh, they reach a present when the child was being developed and other things like that. No, anything that can happen. Maybe we do not know why that happened, but stenosis can occur. So today our topic is that I will give you guys 1 to 2 minutes. Maybe you may want to ask me a question or other thing like that, so you can ask a question. All right. Let me try to bring my phone number on screen so that you can see my phone number right under the pyloric stenosis. I said that you want me to move it from there. Let me see. Okay. You see my phone number right here now. Let me make sure that I get it good. Call me. Let's see. All right, good. Here we are. So you know exactly you can call me up so that we can discuss that. Alright, the meantime, I'm trying to put this on. Let me take a little break. Then when I come on, you will see my number and then you will try to call, okay? Let me take a little break.
D12 on the beat. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. The whole you did by me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. The whole you did by me, I jump over it. will see ya. I said that way, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go away with you, and when I feel it will hurt. When I need it will ju. Yes, sir. All I do was win. All I do was win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win. All I do was win.
Okay, we are back on again. So that I was just trying to put my number over there so that if you have any question, you can call and then so that we can discuss it. All right, my number is right on the screen. Look at it. Look at the screen. So you will look at the screen. Right, my number is right on the screen there, so you will know. Call and then see what if you have any question. Other than that, it was just a little time to give you that little education about Pyloric stenosis, and this is thing that happened to our people back home most of the time in the village. You think about a child, a woman born a child in the village, and they come out with that kind of problem. You see that mother may lose that child, will lose that child because nobody there to help her, nobody in that village to help her. It is bad. It happening back home. That's why we need our people who are in government and need to know that there are many of us here who are educated to help others to live. You know, we are not there for the money. We are there. We want to go there and help the others to live. You see, that's all about education. When we educate you, you learn. When something you tell the next person, you educate the next person, tell the next person, the next person, tell the next person. Everybody is educated in the village, you know. So you don't have any phone, you don't have any question. Okay, it would be a nice thing to say. Well, we have discussed that for the day, and the next time we come back here on the Monday, perhaps we may be discussing three different type of diabetes that happen to people. All we know back home, when somebody got diabetes, got sugar. But when we come on Monday, we'll be able to tell you three type of diabetes and tell you exactly what this diabetes is for, what they want had, what they want have. Some people can be having diabetes in the country, not because it's sugar, then they say, oh, that I'm diabetes. No, people can still die of that kind of diabetes. And that kind of diabetes happen to some people most of the time in North Africa. One of the diabetes most of the time happen to people on that side. But we will be talking about that on Monday. All right, we'll be talking about that on Monday so that you know it is better to when we get something, when we hear something, we tell somebody something. Okay, so since you didn't have anything to call me on, any question to call me on today, that was just a little. As a matter of fact, I came on late. I was supposed to come after I been here by 10, but it's better than you are late. You didn't. You say you came late. It's better than not at all. You see. So it was better to bring you what we call Pyloric stenosis, and we explain to you what you know now what Pyloric stenosis. Who are those people that are affected? The children that are affected, especially back home. So some of you who know, tell the next person. So for now, we'll say goodbye. Thank you.